how's it going? For today's conceptual case study, we'll be looking at a 91 square meter apartment renovation project designed for a family of 3. The parents had to relocate for work with their teenager who's currently in high school. The renovation wishlist is simple and function oriented. The parent and the child need their own space. They value family time and tend to dine at home a lot. Getting enough sunlight is also a big priority for them, given how little sun we get in the UK. The space we're walking through now is located up north and it has a lot of potential. It is situated on the first floor with a generous 3-meter high ceiling. The apartment has a few spatial qualities that don't quite align with the family's wish list. So let's start by analysing the floor plan. The first thing you will notice is that there's only a single bedroom. Obviously, we'll have to address that. Secondly, right at the entrance hall, there's no natural light. So once you step into the apartment, the first thing you see is a super dark corridor. And due to its rather thin and narrow proportion, it doesn't quite function as a foyer. The apartment is east-west oriented, which means you'll get morning sun on this side and evening sun on the other. Lastly, the current kitchen and dining areas sit at opposite ends of the apartment, which I suspect is a mix of the pre-existing protected hallway constraints along with the living style of the previous owner. Now, because the previous owner didn't have a child or anyone else living with them, a giant space has been allocated for living and dining. So let's tackle these issues one by one. First, the new bedrooms. I'm going to turn this dining room into the new bedroom. And since bedrooms are not permitted to be in an inner room, meaning a room you can only escape from by passing through another room, let's create a new access here. I'm going to swap the living room with the other bedroom as well. Now both sleeping areas will be on the same side. That way you can watch sports in the living room without disturbing the peace and quiet of the other family members. This way of zoning also has the benefit of waking up to natural light on the side, and as the sun moves throughout the day and lands on the living area side, it draws the family together in the evening. Now you may be saying, this bedroom door opens right onto the front door, obstructing the flow of movement, and you're correct. So I'm going to push this door slightly upwards to keep this path unobstructed. And from here, we can also open up the access to the principal bedroom above. I want to take advantage of this pocket space and create a walk-in closet that also doubles as a transitional zone, similar to one that you often find in a hotel. It allows you to have quick access to your jacket and dressing gown as you come in or out of the room. One thing I like about this door arrangement is that the main bedroom area isn't too exposed to the public spaces, which provides a good level of privacy. Then over here, we can install a bespoke joinery with a TV on this wall, with a king-size bed on the opposite side. This large bay window is such a lovely feature and a great source of natural light, so I want to keep it as unobstructed as possible. I think it's a nice idea to place a lounge chair with a side table over here. It anchors the focal point of the room and is very functional in that you can do your occasional evening reading over here. A very similar layout can be applied to the room below as it shares a fairly similar footprint. Now onto the living and dining room side. It's much smaller than the existing version. So here comes my favorite part of this design, solving 2 problems at once. By removing this wall over here, the corridor space below can release some of its area back to the living and dining. Placing a fire-rated glass door over here not only keeps the protected hallway intact, but it also lets more natural light enter into the foyer. If we look at the existing and proposed side by side without any light switched on, you can see it's much brighter. And if you look from the inside, this arrangement allows sight lines to go further than if it was a solid wall, enhancing this sense of openness. Now, one thing you can never have too much of in an apartment is storage space. So we can fit out this nook over here with cupboards. And then for the rest of the living and dining, I'll lay out the furniture like so, with the TV intentionally recessed, so the dining table is slightly shielded from it. This puts the focus less on the TV and more on the interaction between the family members during meal. Finally, just outside the living and dining area is now a more compact space, and it functions more like a proper foyer now. A nice feature I want to add is a shoe cabinet and a seating area. One can imagine when the family heads out together, everyone can put on their shoes in the foyer at the same time in the same space. I believe it's these intimate spaces that help curate little funny family moments the kind that forms core memories as people grow older. I've also created an alternative option with a similar approach, but it addresses this potentially slightly longer corridor within the bedroom, along with more storage space. Now let's quickly look at the before and after floor plans side by side. Along with their respective renderings. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. But before you go, allow me a quick shameless plug. I'm currently setting up my own design studio, and by the time you're watching this, it might already be up and running. But either way, if my design process resonates with you, drop me an email should you have a space in mind, and we can see if it's a good fit. My contact details are in the description. And I also wanted to do a bit more of these layout redesign videos. So do let me know what sorts of space you would like to see me design next. Oh, and if you're still watching, please let me know in the comments which version of the design you prefer. I'll catch you next time.